Yo, what's happening, everybody? What's popping with us live? This is episode 34 of Oktane Minutes podcast. And let me ask you a question before we cover the song. Can you reform a devil? No, you cannot. All the prophets tried, and none have been able to do so. The only way to fix a devil, and I'm paraphrasing, is to graft it back. It'll take 600 years. Meaning that Rome is not built overnight, and success is not built in a day. In order to achieve things, it takes generational things to rebuild everything. What's up? Generational construction. Each grain of sand from the beach makes another beach if you have to carry it on to the next place. So I covered this song called Fox is Coming Through. Let me give y'all some light on this interweb here. Fox is Coming Through. It's like my victory lap song. It's a single. It's funky. The cover is me playing with some AI shit with a brother on an afro. But I want to talk about, man, just rebuilding, man. It takes a long time to rebuild. It takes a long time to build. It only takes one day to destroy. You know, especially with the things that we are facing and thinking about today. Sometimes when you lacking the resources, you might have to crash out. So, you know, we are in the world where the world might crash out on itself. We are literally watching the collapse. On the verge of the collapse of the world. It's okay. Still episode 33. I'm still dropping these episodes, man. There's still satellite links, man. Shit. They ain't fucking nothing up. They ain't fucking my shit up, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't solve a problem that I ain't create. And I love this. I love this film filter. This shit is heat right here. But, yeah, man. Fox is Coming Through, man. This is basically the song that I created. I sent it out as a subliminal shot to a unknown sucker who basically spent most of his time, and I thought about him. The only time I thought about him, I said to myself, this brother, because I thought about the last thing he wrote me in my DM. He said, you dissed people who messed with you, you know, or who really fucked with you, you know, who's cool with you. And then I thought, oh, his feelings is hurt. His feelings is hurt. I said, for you to spend all that time talking about us, me and the God, April, and disrespecting Tommy the Gun. He spent all that time crying and whining. He could have just been building his, trying to build his career, man, you know. I mean, you know, what we call careers in this. He could have been spending that time being innovative and creative, but he didn't. He spent his time disrespecting us, which is crazy work. Listen, I'll make fun of you, but I'm not going to sacrifice my art to make fun of you. I may give you one or two bars. But dissing some of you guys, I mean, unless it's like for real clout. Because yeah, I admit it, I'm a clout chaser. But if it's for clout, for notoriety, yeah. But you know, I don't diss people because my feelings is hurt. I diss people because I like to battle. I'm a battle rapper. I started off as a battle rapper. You know, it's just a part of my muscle that I haven't worked, but in my mind, but I can get it back. I can get back in shape. Fighting shape is fighting shape, brother. It don't really go away, man. The molecules is still in the system. You just got to reactivate them. You know? You just got to reactivate them. You turn on that part of your personality to get crazy, you know? You turn it on. It's like the Human Torch, man. Flame on. You turn on the system. You know what I'm saying? You activate it. Then you go for it. And that's what this song's about. You just get busy. And, you know, getting busy on the mic, man, that's like, you know, the point that I came to make that song is just like, you didn't, all that dissing that cat didn't stop nothing, didn't discourage nothing. We didn't pay attention to you. We didn't pay attention to you. You know, we may have seen like, you know, whatever. But, you know, we was already a step ahead. Because we was too busy making shit. I'm not even going to say the brother's name. But, you know, yeah, no, that new Kendrick is fire, though. I started listening to the new Kendrick. And, yeah, nah, the first couple of songs I heard I liked. You know, it's an ode to the West Coast. And I am a huge West Coast hip-hop fan. More particularly, I'm a bigger fan of, like, as far as like when I was younger listening to West Coast. I was more of a bigger fan of like Bay Area stuff. But then, you know, like, you know, with the Bay Area stuff being what it is, Snoop Dogg kind of took the world over, you know, and, you know, I remember when Snoop Dogg was a pariah in the world. Like, they did not like, the general public didn't like Snoop, right? And there's people who still hate on Snoop. But, you know, and this is just the sidebar, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I just get on here, I don't even be talking about my songs. I just be talking about shit. I just be talking. And I like it. I enjoy it. It's just me just doing I'm just word salad and just put the Italian dressing vinaigrette on there. And I just go. I'm just kind of used to doing this now. I don't do interviews. You want to know what I think? Just hit me up. Just hit me up on these things, man. I ain't doing no more interviews. I'm just going to do these things and then put money behind it and you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, from what I heard from that, Kendrick is great. But Snoop Dogg, I remember when Snoop Dogg was like a total pariah. I remember C. Dolores Tucker didn't like him, and you had all these old church suckers, man, like worried about him saying, you know, because he said bitch, and they said he didn't respect black women and he hated black women. You know, all that stuff started, and I was just like, first of all, y'all live in the Southeast. Y'all don't know what goes on in the West Coast. You know, when they say the word bitch out there, they're saying it from a perspective that we don't see. You know, you live in a little small little North Carolina town, your little Mississippi town, in your church, it's your sweaty fat ass grandmama. Yeah, you can make that claim. Oh yeah, no, he don't like black women. No. In that world, in the world that Snoop Dogg was speaking of, being in the criminal world, you said bitch. Because a lot of times, that fine-ass woman that you thought you was going to get popping with was going to set you up. And they still do it to this day. They do it in Atlanta. I had a friend who was a trucker. He made good money. I hadn't seen this dude in years. He rapped and he was a DJ. He was a pretty good turntablist. You know, he had all the joints, man. And I remember he used to call the party lines. And I remember there was a woman hit him up and was just like, yo, me and my friend trying to get popping with some guy. You know what I'm saying? You know. And he said, I'm not going over there. And I said, I know you not. I said, I know you wouldn't go over there. I said, if a girl that you don't know from a can of paint is offering for a 3-way, 4-way party, yeah, nah, man. It's not gonna be another woman there. It's gonna be a dude with a gun. He gonna stick it in your face. He gonna unalive you. You know. He gonna strip you butt naked, shivering in the cold. You know. But yeah, that's what Snoop was talking about. Snoop was talking about a whole other different element of humanity. You know, it ain't that he hated black women because he was married to a black woman. He didn't hate women. No, he hated, you know, like in the gang world, sometimes women that are connected to gangs will set you up and will get you jammed up really pretty bad. That's in most places, most major cities. And most men are easy to manipulate. It's just a fact of the world. Dudes think they have needs they want to get met. They need to get it, you know, as they say, they want to get it slick. They want to get it slick. And some men, because a lot of us guys are dumb, will say, you know, it is what it is. If I get robbed, I get robbed. And it happens. Some dudes go over there trying to get it wet. and they have to accept the fact that they're gonna get gaffled up. You know, look at the catch a predator, little dummies, man. You know, friend of mine said a penis ain't got no conscience, and they, you know, and a lot of times it don't. If you're not improving yourself, and you sitting in here and you're checked out and you're sitting in the dumps and you're dredging through your life, getting a little spark on your tipping off, that's the highlight of your day. Sometimes, you know, there's more to life than just getting it popping with a rando. I mean, you may think it sounds exciting, it really ain't. It kind of, you know, once you have that release, man, you're going to have that clarity. And every guy that's ever had that clarity, doing something with a rando or doing something with a rando, a weirdo, you know, a here and then though, a pretendo, you drive home thinking about all that time you done slutted out with somebody. You're like, damn, what am I doing with my life? That's hella real. But yeah, they tried to hate on Snoop about that. Snoop was just like, yo, your loyalty is about getting this money. Fuck the, you know what I'm saying? Forget what these other women are talking about. I don't want to cuss too much. But forget what these other women is talking about. Get your money first and build your family. What's my favorite song? I gotta go back and listen. I think that second one is what I like so far. I haven't gone through the whole thing yet. But back to the joint. So Snoop Dogg was saying that, but then the whole time, you know what I'm saying, you know, what him and Dr. Dre were dealing with, and I mean, and just you know, just the devilishment of humanity. That's what they talked about. Reality rap. It ain't gangster rap. It's the rap of reality. And the reality of being in L.A., you have gangs. Just like in the South, it's different. In New York, it's different. It's same but different. You know. And see, Dolores Tucker tried to bury him, but then you think he did, and then he did that. You know, I'm gonna be long-winded here tonight, episode 34. So then he goes. I remember he had the case. He caught the murder charge with him and his bodyguard getting the shootout. And I know what's that guy? What's that brother's name? Reggie Wright. Reggie Wright was trying to hate on Snoop. You know, but it's just like, hey, listen, Snoop the one caught that case. You didn't. You know, let's not hate on Snoop. But Snoop catches that case, goes on the run, shows up at the MTV Music Awards, performs "Murder Was the Case" in one of the most stellar performances. I think he showed back in LA, did the performance, and at the end he says, I'm innocent. Then gets arrested, has to turn himself in. Then he goes and has the trial. Then beats the case. You know? So Snoop Dogg already had hot songs. Then he had the street cred. Got super street cred. Then went through. Then, you know, of course, and I don't care what people says, you know, you 50-year-old ex-cons. Tupac did not carry Death Row. Snoop carried Death Row. Tupac was still on Interscope and was making albums for Death Row, but he was an Interscope artist. And not to hate on Tupac, he made some great songs, but let's just, facts is facts. Because Tupac wasn't around long when he was with Death Row, maybe a year and a half, 2 years. What's the exact number? But he wasn't there 5 years carrying the label. We lose Tupac. Snoop Dogg carried that label. Bar none. Then, Suge Knight goes to jail. Snoop Dogg was broke. Messed up in the game. And he was still struggling. He was about to go to Who Banging Records. He was about to go with Mac 10 on Priority. And, you know, he was over there making Dylan and Street politics. You know, and I'm saying this from the perspective of being I am a Southerner from the other side of the thing. I'm just doing this from the perspective of just paraphrasing. There's a lot of other people that probably know the story better than me. But I also am old enough to know it from the news cycle in real time. You have a lot of people that came out and doing the podcast, giving you the further detail. But so he goes and, death row was him, and then he was like he was a man without a country. He was in he was in a home that was not happy in death row. The Master P came and saved his life. Snoop tell you all the time. He said Master P saved his life. Master P taught everybody in rap to get money. He goes, hip-hop didn't have no money in it. There was no money in hip-hop. Because you think about all those managers and everybody, and at the time in the 90s, going into the 2000s, everybody had everybody was on the label. They had to get on the label. Everybody had contracts. Master P took what was in the Bay Area, because the Bay Area guys wasn't getting signed. They was just making tapes and selling them. And that's a formula that I use. I look up to Master P and JT the Bigger Figure and Sibo and all them guys, and then all them dudes down south. Even though I rap totally different, I am more of an East Coast influenced MC. I'm a backpacker. I'm an underground boom bap grimy. But I took that business model. I use that business model to that day. I'm all out the trunk. For the most part, direct to consumer. It's now a new thing. It's being recycled, but it is what it is. But, Fox is coming through. It's my victory lap song. It's a soul song, and there's a bunch of cool shit to it. I'm not going to do a lyric breakdown. Like I said, I'm just out here just talking shit, just kind of getting my thoughts going, because I'm used to making these things. And hopefully the world is still together by the time you hear this. Hopefully it is. Mr. Trump is probably going to hold the world together. He is the glue for freedom. So shout out to that, brother. Do your best. Do your best. I was not the biggest fan, but, if you're a sensible guy, hey, we're willing to give you a chance again. But anywho, hopefully there's peace in the world. And I was just doing a stream of consciousness. I will talk to you guys soon. All right, you take care. Oktane Minutes Podcast. Shout out to the Saba Sun family. You guys know who you are. Shout out to the 2 new members, Live, aka Black Viking Films, and B. Wilson, on a new song coming out. We're dropping a new EP. So yeah. We doing things, and we doing them big, and we're moving to the next level. I'm going to up the technology. I promise you. I do promise you I will up the technology on this, and things will go swimmingly. So, already 20 minutes almost. So, let's just get to the next part. Here's the song Fox is coming through. You guys enjoy. Peace.